So what's up everybody? This is going to be a bit different of a video than my past few posts over the last couple of days. Today we're going to be talking about a video that I shot. This video is near and dear to me because I got the chance to do an engagement video, which I don't do, for my friends Muse and Dakari to announce their engagement. Muse came to me with a few ideas that she had, and she told me to just do what I do, and so I did. And I think the one cool thing about this particular video is that it doesn't take a whole lot to look polished. And so if you haven't seen the video, I'm gonna run the video really quick. It's about 30 seconds. Check it out. All right, so this video did very well on TikTok and got a lot of good feedback. Did very well on Instagram, especially when they announced it. Super cool. I was happy to be a part of it, happy that they asked me to do it. And I have gotten so many inquiries about engagements, and unfortunately I don't do actual engagements, but I am so open to doing engagement announcements. They're a lot more my style. I like to do things in a production way. I'm not a big fan of like live things, so proposing, that's not me. That's not the type of work that I do, but I do enjoy those things. But for me, I love more things that are just more planned out, and something that you can redo and redo and redo. But let's get into this video. So I kid you not, this video took me about maybe 30 minutes to shoot. We did this along with engagement photos at the same time. And so I knew exactly what I wanted to get. I knew I wanted close-ups. I knew I wanted some face shots of them just to showcase them as a couple. We wanted to show off the ring. We wanted to show off their attire, and just overall get the love vibes going. So for this setup, I only had two lights, and the two lights were 1/8 by unbleached muslin behind them, and that's how we get that silhouette look. And I believe I had a 600X pushing light through a 150 dome for my aperture. So as you can see in most of my videos, my 600X is like my powerhouse light. I use it for everything. It's very easy to use, pretty powerful, packs a punch, and although it is old, I still think it's very valuable, and I have two of them in my kit. And then the second light, I believe, was a F21 or F22C. And this was just a top light to bring the level up in front so it wasn't too silhouette-y, and so we could also, see the ring and things of that nature. So you can actually see in some of the frames that you can see the reflection of the F22 in her nails. And if you're ever trying to figure out how anybody has lit something, look at reflections, look at shadows. That is the easiest way to see how someone lit something, where the light sources are coming from, where the shadows fall, etc., etc. I could do a whole video on that. But for this video, I use my Sony FX3 with a regular 24-70 on it. And a lot of the different shots are just, everything's in camera. I don't do any like heavy post work. That's not my thing. I'm very much in camera only. So for this opening shot, the ring case had a light in it, so that was perfect for the ring. It was easy to show off. I think the hardest part about it was getting the ring in focus. Small subjects, when you don't have a macro lens, are so tough. But luckily, the Sony autofocus worked, and we got this shot pretty clean and simple. Nothing to it. We kept the same lighting setup. I was just super close up so that the background was black with his tux. And then once he opened it, the light was just already there. It didn't have to do anything. And you can kind of tell by the tint of the light that it was something that was already within the light box. And for the second shot, him putting on the ring, I kept the same 8x behind them. And then I just had the F22C right above them to fill in and like wrap around the light a little bit more so we can see what's actually going on. Nothing too crazy. And again, this just goes to show you that you don't need a lot of light. You don't need anything. You could get this done with little to nothing, but it still looks quality. It still looks very well put together. I typically don't shoot for slow motion at all, but I knew that's what we were going for. And so I was shooting, I believe, at 60 frames for most of this. And then in post, slowed it down just to get that slow motion effect. So this lighting setup is typically called butterfly lighting. Butterfly lighting is typically when you have a light overhead, and with the light being overhead, it allows for the shadows under your nose to make a butterfly. This is a lighting setup a lot of times used for beauty, to show off people's bone structure, facial structure, even like body structure. If you're working with someone who's more fit, more lean, you get a lot more dramatic. Shout out to them. You get a lot more dramatic shadows to really emphasize structure. And so with this lighting setup, a lot of times you don't have to do anything else. It's naturally, some people call it beauty lighting as well. It's naturally just going to make anybody that you put in front of it, for the most part, look good. And when you need to fill in, you then go clamshell. So essentially, like, clamshell lighting is one light up here and something reflecting or another light under, and we call it a clamshell because you have one light here and one light here. Clamshell, close, you get it. And so I kept this lighting set up throughout the whole entire thing. The only shot that I kind of changed it was for the close-ups of their faces. For this, if you look in their eyes, you can see that I had a small tube. I think it was my 2-foot tube from Aperture. It's one of their PB4 or PB3s, which is like a 1-foot light. I'm actually using it back here now, and it's kind of blown. But these lights are good to have just on standby to fill in. Really great for highlights because you can get a little twinkle without too much output, which is really nice. And then the other shot that had some changing elements is the shot you see right here that it kind of goes from dark to light. And all I'm doing, shout out to Sony, the one feature that I do like about their new lenses is that you have the opportunity to roll your f-stop up. And so literally all I did was go from like f11 to f2.8 to brighten it up. And so it gave this like gradual brightening. And unfortunately I can't play the music that's in this video because it's copyrighted. But there's birds chirping and things of that nature in the song. And so it really gave that like morning feel. And so, yeah, that's the end of this video. I don't want these videos to be too long. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. If you want to know more about this video, leave a comment down below. Be happy to answer. And if you've seen any other of my videos that you want to break down on my YouTube or wherever, just let me know. Would be happy to do a breakdown. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Keep it easy.